What's up guys, this is Dark Magician here and welcome to another KOF video. So guys, as you know from my previous video where I talked about the Ultimate Battle and the Bronze League in specific, here comes the next video which will be about the Silver League and the Gold League together. Well, simply because I've advanced from the Silver League to the Gold League in one day. I didn't see it coming actually. But regardless guys, the tips are the same for both leagues. They are pretty similar to each other. But here I'm just gonna state the difference between both leagues. So the Silver League, in the Silver League, of course you have to win 2 out of 3. So 3 matches you have to win twice. And you are limited with 4 API 14s or 15s in one match. So you can't use more than 4 API 14s or 15s in your team. Okay? And you get 1 free fighter every time, such that this fighter has full gates and everything. Okay, so that's what the limitations are for the Silver League. Whereas in the Gold League, again, it's best 2 out of 3. So 3 matches you have to win 2, and there are no limitations here. You can use all full API 15 teams. It has no limit, and you get 4 free fighters, of course, with full gates unlocked. So that's why the Gold League actually is more competitive, because at this stage you should have a lot of API 15s to compete with. It's better to to unlock and to hire API 15s because, well, the opponent teams will be mostly API 15s and will be tough teams. So that's why you should always keep on hiring API 15s and stuff and work on them to be ready for the Gold League. So now here, what we should make. Now again, the tips are here for the Silver League and the Gold League together. As you can see, I have 430 tickets. Okay, now here I advise you all the times to keep 300 tickets, at least 300 tickets until the next day. Now here it's not really hard. I mean, if you play 3 matches, of course you know that you have 3 matches per day. So if you play the 3 matches, whether you lose or you win, you will get about or around 300 tickets, which should be enough. Now here, why do I recommend having 300 tickets for the next day? Simply because you have to be ready to hire a new fighter. Like for example here, if we went to the hire fighter section, for example here, I don't have Mukai and I don't have Psyche. So I have to hire somebody. Of course, in this case, it's better to hire Psyche because he has more utility in any team. So let's say here I hired Psyche. This is the first step that I should do. So I hired Psyche, I got a 3-star Psyche. The second thing that I would do is to unlock his weapon. Of course, it's very cheap. It costs only 30 tickets, so I can unlock the weapon. The third step that I do is that I go to increase the stars until 5 stars. Okay, I just like to go 5 stars as a beginning. Just to be ready to be in the team. I mean, 4 stars is still pretty weak, and well, there's no need to 6-star him right away. So what I do is that I take him to 5 stars, and then I go to the 8 elements section and unlock just 2 gates up to his lake element. Okay, because the lake element is not expensive, it's easy to unlock, and it's efficient. It's very efficient and cheap. So pretty much that's what I do every day. I'm left with 100 tickets. Of course, I already had more than I needed, but with that, let's say even if you still got like 30 tickets, 40 tickets, I don't know how much, it would be safe because you're gonna play 3 matches, and therefore on the next day you will have 300 tickets so that you can do those steps again. Like what I've mentioned, you hire 1 fighter, preferably an API 15. And here it's better to hire let's say a good API 15. I mean, some API 15s, let's say Omega Rugal, for example, maybe Ash. I mean, those ones aren't really needed if you really if you don't have them, I'm saying. Okay, if you had to choose between 2, for example, like here Mukai and Psyche, of course choose the better one. If you only have one option, just make sure it's a good one. It's a good API 15, like Tong, like Flame Kyo, like Elizabeth, Ganiko. All those ones are really recommended. For example, you can use them, and it would be better to use them to have more variety of fighters. Okay, but most importantly, try to keep 300 tickets with you, because for example, if I don't have 300 tickets, if I didn't have 300 tickets for today, then I've lost Psyche. I don't think he will show up again, so this was my only chance to get him. Okay, so like what I've mentioned, hire the fighter, unlock the weapon, get him to 5 stars, and then unlock up to his second element. So those are the steps I'm gonna do for today. Now let's try a match here to see how should we manage let's say having a match, or what are the steps that we should take in order to win a match. Okay, so still waiting for an opponent. Now here I'm just gonna touch on the strategy, like which fighters should you use, how should you start, how should you, let's say, manage the team that you're gonna get. Of course, here I'm gonna give tips like you shouldn't go all out like at once and waste your fighters. Let's say, for example, you went all out and started putting all your best API 15s, and then the opponent just decided to put a weak team, for example. Then this way you would have wasted all the API 15s for nothing. So that's why it's definitely good to start with somebody, let's say, moderate, and then see how it goes. If the opponent started putting some heavy API 15s or heavy fighters, then you should respond with the same and start to put your best fighters. If you saw your opponent putting weak fighters, then just stay alert and, you know, put weak fighters as well. You know, just to not waste your good fighters for nothing. Okay. Well, I don't know why it's taking for too long to get an opponent. So meanwhile, I'm just gonna carry on with the tips. Another tip I would give is that if you win your first round, then there's no need to go all out on your second round. Meanwhile, you can put some weak fighters. Make sure to choose your 6 fighters that you're gonna choose for the last round. And for the second round, just pick weak ones, so that maybe the opponent can waste his good fighters, and this way you can secure a win from the third round. So this would be a good case. If you won the first time, then you can just simply lose the second round on purpose and go for the third round. Okay, now that we have an opponent, so let's start with the battle. Okay, so of course in the gold league you will have some fighters banned. Here we have 8 fighters that are banned, including Omega Rugal, which is a free fighter supposedly. So yeah, this can be really annoying at some stages because sometimes you rely on specific fighters to use. Now he started with Kim. Now here he started with a free fighter, so I might just do the same and put like moderate ones. I'm not really doing anything special. Okay, waiting for his next action. If he puts some heavy API 15s, then I might just start doing the same. Oh, I hate when opponents start doing that and take their time thinking, come on guys, I'm live, I'm going live in a video, I'm recording. I don't know, did he disconnect or what? Okay, so he's back. Okay, so you can see he put Tongue and Elizabeth. So it's on. We should start putting our best fighters. So let's start with putting my heaviest fighters. Like for example, Instinct Iori. And here we're just gonna start thinking, what should we do? Like a Genesis. Okay, but which Genesis? I think we have a Wild Bear. Let's see the bears. Not much. The turtles. We can make a turtle Genesis. No, I don't have Tong Furu yet. Okay, we're running out of time. Let us just put Robert. Okay, we're just gonna make a bear Genesis. I mean, you should be fast in such situations because you know, sometimes, you know, you just you just get passed by time, so you have to be fast. Okay, I think he's gonna go really heavy this time. I mean, Elizabeth and Nightmare Keys, that's a lot. But it's cool, sometimes such things happen. The opponent can be tricky sometimes, and you know, so that you can't get a clear message from him on what team he's gonna build. So yeah, oh my god. Okay, Psyche and Geniko. So I think I'm gonna lose on purpose on this round. Okay, I'm gonna lose on purpose. Let me just put some weak fighters, some weak bears. Who else? Let's put Orochi Chris. Okay, so I didn't see it coming. I thought I can compete with him, but he has a lot of good fighters and I haven't hired yet my good fighters. As you can see here, because I'm still at the beginning of the Gold League, so the competition is really tough for me because I haven't hired many API 15s yet. And you know, until I get, for example, I just got Psyche, but he's still at Lake Element. so it's gonna need time to get him to the water element, and you know, to hire other fighters like Tongue. For example, you saw I was searching for Tongue, but I didn't have him yet. So you can see the Gold League is really hard to advance at the beginning, but with time, by the end of the month, you can advance. Let's say, you know, the Gold League, in the Gold League you can advance mainly at the end of the month, because after that you would have hired all your fighters and everything. So yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to advance through the Gold League, but it's possible once you start hiring the fighters and getting all the good API 15s that you're gonna use. So yeah, let's just watch the match. I think he's gonna win. I mean, I didn't put any effort in this team, although I lost Instinct Iori, which is a waste, but it's fine. Okay, so now I lost the first round. Here, what should I do? Here, I can't really risk losing the second round, so I'm definitely going all out with my best fighters. So here goes Geniko, okay? Because, you know, if I won the first round, then yeah, I can be flexible in the second round. But since I lost, then if I lose again this time, then I've lost this match with this opponent, okay? So because I've lost the first round, I should go all out on the second round. Yet keep it manageable in a way. If the opponent didn't use any good fighters in return, then I shouldn't waste my own fighters as well. Okay, so he used Chris and Terry 03. Now I'm still gonna go with the female team because, well, that's another team that you know, I have good fighters for. So let's put Shermie and Mai. Okay, as you can see, you know, moderate characters, Shermie and Mai as moderate characters, but you know, a female team, I'm just gonna see how high he will go. I mean, I still have Elizabeth, I still have Mei Li, I still have some good fighters to use, but I'm gonna wait for him to choose to see if this calls for the use of those fighters. So he decided to put Mukai and Mai. Now Mukai is at fire only. Well, I should put Athena 2002 for sure. But I don't know if I'm gonna use Elizabeth or not. So meanwhile, let us see which females do I have. I think it's safe to use Mei Li. Okay, let's just use Mei Li in the back. I should have placed her instead of, you know, in the place of Geniko, but you know, for some reason I forgot about her. But anyway, it's fine. So he used Tongue and Flame Kyo. Oh my god, so he did go all out. So definitely this calls for Elizabeth because I can't risk losing this round. Okay. You know, it's a tough match. You know, his Flame Kyo is at water element and he's really good in this mode once he has his full gates unlocked. So yeah, let's just watch this match and see how it goes. Okay, so I just want you guys to realize how to manage your team. I mean, once you take a look on your opponent's team, this can give you an idea of what fighters you should use in your team. For example, in this team, because the opponent chose some heavy fighters like Tongue, like Mukai, like Flame Kyo, then I can't really risk losing. So this calls for me to use all my good fighters. That's why I ended up putting Elizabeth and Geniko and Mei Li, you know. But you know, it's normal to lose at the beginning of the Gold League. I mean, I've just advanced to the Gold League, so I usually lose a lot at the beginning because it takes time to hire fighters, to work on fighters, okay? Until I have, for example, a 6th gate Psyche, Flame Kyo, Tongue Furu, you know, imagine all the good options that I would have later on. Once I hire those fighters. So this can definitely give me more versatility and more fighters, more options to use. In fact, I mean, let's say I won this round, although I think I can win this round. Let's just wait and see. You know, Flame Kyo is such savage. He's really savage in this mode. But no, I'm good. I think I can pull a win. So you can see the good synergy of a female team. I mean, all of them work together. Now you're gonna see Athena 2002 making an ultimate again, if there's a need for that. So yeah, definitely, here goes Athena again. So yeah, I definitely have pulled the win. Now here I don't really have my high expectations for the third round because, well, I'm out of fighters. I don't have any good fighters left. But you know, just imagine with time, once you have a lot of hired fighters, a lot of hired API 15s, this can give you a big advantage in such instances when you lose one round and you win one round, so that you go to round 3. So this way you have more options once you reach this stage. So I don't know, I'm just gonna see who else do I have, and you know, depending on the opponent as well. I mean, that's actually one drawback for using female teams, because I don't really have a lot of API 15s. As you can see, I'm missing a lot of API 15s. So let's put Kula here and Ash here, for example. Okay, I think I have Ignis, I have Orochi Leon, I have I have Psyche, I still have Psyche, which is good. I think those are the good ones that I have. Yeah, all the rest are low. So yeah, let's see, we can use those ones. So maybe we can form a Genesis with Ignis. Let's see. Now here we have one snake. Okay, so I don't think he's a big threat at this stage. Let's put Psyche over there. We can form a snake Genesis. Let's put Orochi Leona over here. So we still have Ignis and well, we have 3 snakes already, so we can use maybe Terry 03 in this stage. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put Ignis below and then Terry 03 above him. We actually have a chance now. Instinct Theory is tough, but let's see. So he uses Maki. Apparently he's forming a Wild Bear Genesis. And Adelheid. Oh, okay. So he's out of fighters as well. I was scared for a second. Yeah, you see guys, so that's why it's good to hire fighters. It's the key to your win. It's a key to your win. If you have a lot of fighters left, if you have a lot of fighters, at least 5 stars, at least with the lake element, this can give you a big advantage. I mean, check the opponent, 4 stars with no gates. I don't think they can pull a win either way. So yeah, let's see how it goes now. I think it's obvious. I think it's pretty obvious. Now yeah, for the ones who worry about like, what if I'm in a new server and I don't have much fighters hired, I don't have a lot of fighters on my side, usually they match up, they match the new servers with each other. So if you notice that, I mean, it's gonna get tougher either way, whether you are in an old server or in a new server, but you usually get matched up with somebody with a similar server, so don't worry much about it. You can still put a win even if you don't have much fighters, because your opponent will most likely have the same. I just want Instinct Yuri to go down and I'll be just safe. By the way, you did notice how it's very important to put your team in a synergy, to put your team in a meta. I mean, even the third team that I didn't have any hope in, I mean, just putting it in a Genesis with Ignis, it's always a good option. As you know, there are a lot of options for teams. Female teams, Genesis with Instinct Iori, Genesis with Ignis, 4 Souls with Flame Kyo, 4 Souls with Crazy Iori and Orochi Leona. You know, you can have a lot of combinations, a lot of good synergies that you can make good use of. So yeah, it's pretty obvious he's lost. That was an easy win. I just thought that he might have better fighters. For example, that was a mistake on his side. He used a lot of good API 15s in the first 2 rounds. It would be better to save some in case we went to round 3. Okay? So it just needs some experience with time. It's a very fun mode, by the way. It's a very fun mode. So you know, you're gonna enjoy it. You see how it goes. You can make good use of the hired fighters, of your own fighters, you know, of the free fighters and your hired fighters. It's pretty tactical. You just have to keep managing how the opponent is responding to you know, to the placements in his team and everything. With time, you will be able to advance even more. I mean, check it out. I mean, we're still at the beginning of the month, and I've reached level 12. So it's pretty easy, guys. And you can see, again, I did tell you about the rewards. The rewards are really worth it. I mean, at level 12, we gain 85 power fragment chests. So imagine until reaching level 15 and gaining 80 power fragment chests per month. That's a lot, guys. Again, the main source of power fragments. So make sure, guys, to play this mode. Don't worry and don't feel bad if you really can't pull a lot of wins. It just needs time. It just needs some practice to get through it with the month. Okay, guys? So yeah, this actually includes my series, my short series of Ultimate Battle, the Bronze League, the Silver and the Gold League. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. I hope you know now how to manage how to play this mode in general. Okay, if you do have any question, if you do have any suggestion, please guys let me know in the comments below. We can always discuss anything as usual, and well, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace out.